Aye, crikey.
Oh, I couldn't take the phone call. I could just read the text as I was commentating.
Oh, you had a bit of a vibration going on.
Yeah.
Well, don't giggle, because it might get serious. Look at another 6 young fellas up there. We do have the green light. Just waiting for the referee to come out of the pen. You'll notice that the shearer goes up and sticks both handpieces on to the dropper, just to give them a little bit of a run to make sure that he's got the tension on, because you haven't got time to sort of fiddle with the tension once you're in the hot white stuff and the sweat's coming across the brow and you're on sheep number 3 when you change the handpiece. You need to make sure it's all nicely adjudged before you start up.
Yeah, of course, if you get that cutter walled up, if you haven't got enough tension on, you just lose the edge, and you just as well try and chew it off then.
You don't want the handpiece screwed down too tight, because it'll get hot, it'll try and jump out of your hand, and we've got the all clear from the referee. Everybody's happy. Timekeeper's right.
No, not yet.
Just waiting.
They're just putting a sheep in, I think.
All right.
One was thrown out. And as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, as we look across the top of the board, our sponsors' names are all up there. We're very grateful to all our sponsors. Their flags are all around it as well. So it looks like we're ready to go now, are we, John?
We're off, yeah, we're ready to go. Timekeeper's good. Judges. Competitors, go! Oh, another flying start. The third and final heat in this Golden Shears senior semi-final. Some good young shearers up there again. Shearing in their blood, by golly. A few long-winded names in the middle of the field there from places where they come from. But they're proud to come from where they're called home. And they just hope that some of their supporters are in the crowd to support them this morning, and they know the time they've got to crank in, get it out in 8.5 to 9 minutes. Otherwise, you're going to be paying the price, and keep the score down into the mid-30s, and you're in with a cracker making the next round. So these 6 lively guys are up here pumping, and it could be the young fella Brett Roberts from Matara going to pump it away and on stand number 4 to get the first drop.
Yeah, these boys now then, they've done well to make it this far, but they'd love to make the top 6. So we've got Casey Bailey then from Masterton. He's probably one of the coolest fellas you'll ever see. You watch him, he'll just stroll into the pen. Cool, calm and collected on stand number 1. Young Jack Fagan then from Tigawiddy. A big Shearing family up in Tigawiddy there on stand number 2. It's been a happy hunting ground for them over the years here at Masterton at the Golden Shears. Dean Hurley from Wangamomina on stand number 3. Another good young fellow. I think he was over in the UK last year as well. And we saw a lot of him around the shows. On stand number 4 then we got Brett Roberts from down the deep south in Mataura. Look at him, he's a real quality shearer as well. Stepped up into this senior grade, and he's really peeling it now. Look at him. He's thinking, right, you fellas, I'm here for a hard time, not a good time. You're going to have to work the stick with me. Up there on stand number 5, we got Rangy Sullivan, another Masterton man on stand number 5. He looks cool, calm and collected as well. Very nice steady rhythm there on stand 5. Then we got Stephen Reddy from Masterton, another Masterton man. So we got 3 Masterton men there up on the board, Nookie. This should be a fair bit of noise from the crowd this time.
Oh, well, you did right, but Casey Bailey down on stand 1 having a good shear. I think this might be a little bit slower than the other heats, but they've had a good look around. They know the points they've got to get. Casey Bailey on stand 1, and he steps for sheep number 3. Who's the closest one to him? Well, it's stand number 4. Brett Roberts from Matola, and he pulls the sheep out. Well, these are pretty big sheep, and these boys are controlling them well. And on stand number 2, Jack Fagan steps in for sheep number 3. Stephen Reary and Rangy Sutherland on stands 5 and 6. If they just cruise into the pen, it might be their downfall if they do not keep the pace up, because time is important. They're doing a good job, and they're shearing along well. Rangy Sutherland down on stand number 5. Into the undermine he goes. A nice big strokes. pushes the comb up the undermine. 1, 2. He's right there with Brett Roberts. But look down the end there on stand number 1. Casey Bailey. He turns to the last side. Down into the last shoulder he goes. Cleaning it up very nice. It looks like he's getting a beautiful job there on stand 1 there, John.
Inky Pinky down in front of me, all right. By golly, the light's shining on that sheep, and it is glistening. Across the last leg he goes. Working away, sheep number 3 almost done. Jack Fagan on stand 2 had a bit of a fighter on his second sheep, but he's regained composure. Down and out to the flank he goes. Dean Hurley from Whangamomana. By golly, that second sheep of his just wouldn't sit still. And the old pocket socket, he's now having to really work hard to keep into the game. Brent Roberts from Matara. Big, strong young shearer, this fella. Down the valley, the last side he goes. Into the pen steps Rangy Sullivan. He's not too flustered at the moment. He needs to keep working away, though. Otherwise, the pace is going to get away from him. Steve Reary, come on, you Masterton people. Get in behind these youngsters. They're doing the job for your town here. Reary down the first off leg. He's about to roll. Right there was Rangy Sullivan. But the boy on the front stand up here from Masterton, Chase Bailey, coming over the top now. Working off the shoulder. He's away out in front of the crowd, the rest of the shearers. Fagan's probably the next to him as he drops into the long blow. Sheep number 4 coming out for Dean Hurley. Sheep number 4 on for the rest of the shearers. Chase Bailey's he's just about done. There's 2 left in the pen for him, Hugh, and Fagan just struggling to keep with him on that last side.
Yeah, Casey Bailey. Oh, change of steel for him there on stand number 1. Jack Fagan, and down the last side he comes of sheep number 4. The young fella from Tikawiti. Get your yin-yang on, they say. Down here on stand number 2, he'll just get quicker and quicker. But it's Casey Bailey at the minute. He's got it under control. Have they got enough in the tank now to catch him up? Casey Bailey rolling that sheep into that back leg and undermine. Bish, bash, bosh, and up the neck he'll go. Jack Fagan, and he comes off with the belly wool. He'll go into the undermine. You sit still, you little darling, he said. Come on, sit there, we'll be away. Up the undermine goes Jack Fagan. Bish, bash, bosh for him. Up the neck he'll go, but it's still Casey Bailey from Masterton. Ooh, Jack Fagan said, I haven't got my dancing shoes on, so you'll have to sit there, my dear. Dean Hurley from Whangamomana on stand number 3. Oh, she is a kick and a wriggle. Brett Roberts from Matauda has got sheep number 5 on the board. Rangy Sullivan from Masterton, he's got 5 on the board. So these boys are all pretty close together now, Nookie. They're not hanging about their war. They'd love to make that final.
Well, you did right, but Brett Roberts on stand number 4. He's really pinking these sheep up. He's having a good shear. Might be a little bit behind in time, but he's picking it up now. Into the first shoulder, into the long blow he goes. He's trying to chase Rangi Sutherland on stand 5. But look down on stand number 1. Casey Bailey's got sheep and number 6 out on the board. He's cruising along, getting a good job. He's having a good shear on stand number 1. But Brett Roberts knows the importance of time. He's catching up to Jack Fagan on stand number 2. Brett Roberts on stand 4. Out the leg he goes, shearing along very nicely. A beautiful job here on stand number 4. Jack Fagan on stand number 2. Change of steel, he says, well, I want the best cut. And then he goes for sheep number 6. Well, John, another good semi-final.
Oh, they're working away here, going hard. Look at them. I still like to see a little bit more cheering on for those Masterton lads. You're pretty quiet here in the crowd. There's 3 of them up there. Across the last side comes the first one here. Casey Bailey, and down the last side on sheep number 6. He's almost done his allotted number. Rocking out the last leg. He'll get his time taken very shortly. 2 blows to go, and he's going to let it down the porthole. Hits the button there, and 7:49. Oh, crikey, that was a pretty smart sort of time. And up over the top comes Jack Fagan. Then goes Dean Hurley. Got a sheep put round it, but he's had a difficult time there in the middle. Brett Roberts up the long blow. Thought he might have been the pacemaker, but he's gone away from Jack Fagan at the moment. Down over the top. Last sheep down there for Reary and Sullivan as well. Over the shoulder they come. Down and out to the flank for Reary. Sullivan chasing hard. Roberts is right there as well, but it's going to be to Steve Reary down the far end. Reaches for the button. Come on, Steve. Go hard, man. He's going home. He says, I'm going to get ready for the next round. Fagan out the last side now, working across the shoulder. As Dean Hurley, he comes around the back of the head. A little bit of time left for him up there on the board. Down towards the long blow of the sheep. He's ripping them in. Dino says, by God, those sheep have given me a workout. Time's ticking away, and 8 minutes of 50 have gone so far. Scores are a little bit higher than perhaps they would have liked at 35 for a stop for Chase Bailey, and he's just got the final judging to be done. And there's still life still going in these sheep. And Dino says, oh, I don't want to get all my worldly goods kicked around here, so he just changed his stance, of course, and rested on the sheep now as he comes off the last side, rolling across the shoulder. Going to be difficult for him as the time ticks away on him. It's getting against him now. And there goes some points up above there for the young Case Bailey with a 36 and a 38 for Jack Fagan. 48 down the line for Rangi. Out the last leg. This is the last sheep of the semi-final, ladies and gentlemen. Well done to those shearers. There is prizes down from 7th to 12th. But here we go. Round of applause. Craig Hurley, last to get off the stand. But well shorn, all those shearers.